Hey everyone, it's Shannon. So I totally forgot to wish Amanda a happy birthday on our show today. We recorded on Saturday night. Her birthday was Sunday, yesterday, the 27th. So if you would go to social media, drop us a line on email, peer54podcast@gmail.com, just wishing her happy birthday and enjoy the show.
Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for February 21st through 25th. And this is not fun. Amanda and I are not together.
We're in the same state.
We are in the same state. You're right. So we're
only like an hour and a half away from each other.
But you're not on the couch. But logistically, we had to do it this way and share during reality check why we're further apart tonight.
That's fine. I'm just going to blame it on you, though, because you have better plans than I do for Sunday when we normally record.
But I had pre-requested today.
I still don't think it's fair that you have funner plans on my birthday than I do.
It's not my fault.
I just want to make you feel guilty.
Not my fault. Somebody else wound up with an extra ticket. All right.
I know. So we're going to have a great time.
Are we doing this backwards today? We'll just do the whole thing backwards.
It feels like a backwards week, but we'll
really
stick with normal.
Yes. Well, and in 2 weeks, I'm going to be away. That's 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
So in 2 weeks, we're going to do it via Zoom again because I will be in Kentucky for my company's convention. And it's ironic because the very first time we ever did a Zoom episode was the week before the pandemic.
Yes.
But I have a theory so I came home from Nashville on March 11th, 2020.
Okay.
And that's as the world was shutting down. And then we officially declared a pandemic on March 13th.
Mm-hmm.
We're driving to Kentucky March 11th.
Oh.
We're going to undo this whole thing, guys.
You're going to undo the whole thing.
We're going to we're like Superman flying backwards to reverse time.
Okay.
You know that Superman did that? He went out into outer space and flew backwards so that the Earth.
I feel like this is part of our reality check for me to make fun of you. Oh my gosh.
So before we get started on this week, and it'll kind of lead us into it, we got an email last week because I feel like we're 50-50 split on how many people were lost like us on why is Spencer so hot? And other people were like, you're dumb. It's ice. No one said you're dumb. So that's just me being like, But Holly.
I decided all those people are the ones that get the gold star for the week because they were so much smarter than we were to link it all together. But I still don't like the way that they did it.
But it's not just that they were smarter. Granted, they were. However, Holly had sent us an email and it said regarding Spencer's comment on being hot in jail, the TiVo description of the show said heat wave hits Port Charles.
Okay.
And also Ava made a comment that it was hot in the Metro Court.
Mm-hmm.
None of these things really make sense in February, but made me wonder since Laura and Spencer were talking about the Ice Princess, is Victor fiddling with the weather? So do you ever pay attention to what the daily titles for the show are when you go to watch Hulu? Okay.
Nope.
I have sometimes, and at times there are.
That's shocking.
I know. I don't pay attention to stuff like this, but there have been times where I'm like, really? That's the best description you can give us of the episode?
Mm-hmm.
And I've thought about screenshotting it and then posting it and having everyone else comment like, mine says something different. They sure enough do. So Hulu. So I went back and read the descriptions for that week and I wrote them down for us.
Thank you.
So that week, last week, not the week that we're talking about. On Monday, Terry's date doesn't go as planned. That was accurate.
Yes.
Carly explores her options was Tuesday.
Okay.
Also accurate. We're doing little check marks. Wednesday, Sonny runs into Michael.
Okay. I mean, it happened, but I wouldn't say that was the main focus of the episode.
Right. Thursday, Finn is concerned about Liz.
He's always concerned, but okay.
And Friday, Laura visits Spencer at Springbridge.
Okay.
So nowhere in there.
Does it say anything about weather?
And when Ava made her comment, I thought she was talking about like she was still recovering.
Yes, exactly.
From Valentine's Day. So that brought me to this week where I wrote down this week's titles and we'll see how accurate they were.
Okay.
On Monday, Maxie considers her options.
No.
Right. Tuesday, Carly and Sonny negotiate.
No.
Wednesday, Lucy stops Nina.
No.
Thursday, Carly summons someone to her office.
Okay, yes.
She legit said, "You've summoned me."
Yes.
And then Friday, Alexis calls to check on Harmony.
I feel like there's more there, but okay.
Those were all the most important lines for this week.
Right. If we didn't get to watch the show and we're relying on those descriptions to get us through what we should be talking about, we would be so lost.
Yes. So there's the titles.
Okay.
Where do you want to start?
I'm trying to think like what stuck out to me this week. I think Sasha, because we called it.
I am not happy about that.
No, but you knew it was going there. But it was weird that chick just all of a sudden is hanging out around Kelly's. Like, we have never seen her there before in all these months. And then she's like, "Oh, Sasha, I haven't seen you in so long." Well, that's because you haven't been here. You just happen to pop up when you know people. Like, she wouldn't know that Sasha needed drugs, but you just happen to pop up when Sasha does need drugs. And why do you need drugs to go hang out with Brando for a week?
You know, well, especially he gave her options.
Right.
You know, so.
He did not force her.
Yeah. I don't know. It's addiction. So it's that. Who's in the room with you?
Ryan just walked in.
Ryan,
Megan is over here being quiet. Yeah, Ryan, quit making noise. Why are you not?
You're so loud. Do you want to contribute to the podcast?
Absolutely. How can I contribute? I'd love to be a special guest.
What are your thoughts about this week? What was your favorite part?
He didn't watch anything this week.
I didn't watch anything. She watched it all by herself.
Yeah, he's not a good podcast contributor.
You should let me watch episodes with you.
I'll let you watch episodes, and you can be our. Thank you much. Sorry.
Oh yeah, Sasha.
Yeah, Sasha. I know it's addiction, and I know we said it because we did about if there's ever a time she's going to go back to it, it's going to be dealing with Liam's death. And I'm surprised it's taken her this long to get there. But at the same time, I thought because we hadn't got there yet, that they weren't going to do this storyline.
And why is the trigger?
Hang out with Brando, right?
Well, I mean, in fairness, that's how Liam was made. So it's probably going to be exceptionally difficult for her to.
But she just sat there and said how much she loves him and how much she wants to be with him and that she knows that she needs to be there. Yeah. So I just don't get it. I don't know. I'm sure she'll do amazing with the storyline. Like, it'll definitely be a good story, but that's not what I wanted them to do with her.
Well, think about what we just did with Alan Quartermain. He relapsed.
Right.
You know, AJ's relapsed how many times?
Mm-hmm.
So
no, relapse is definitely a normal part of addiction. I was just hoping they were going to take this a different direction.
Oh, totally agree. Because it would be really nice. That was hard enough.
They should have had her join a support group for mothers who have lost their children. And then she could have talked about her addiction in the support group about how hard it was to not go back to drugs when she's suffering through all this pain.
Yeah. And Willow and Michael both could have recommended the group that they met in.
Exactly.
So, but neither of them did.
Mm-mm.
Neither of them said, by the way, the support group at the hospitals is amazing.
Right. Nope, never mentioned.
At the time, Michael was too busy fighting Nina. So
true. Yeah, and I don't like that caption of the day of Lucy stops Nina. Like, that was not the point of that day. They were chatting before they went in for the business meeting to talk to Sasha because she had thrown herself into work.
Right. That
was not a pivotal point of the week.
And I didn't like how Nina talked to Sasha either. It didn't feel caring. It felt condescending.
Yeah.
You know,
like, we don't have time for this.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm. No, I thought it was cute that Lucy made it obvious that she would rather spend time with Martin than be there talking about stuff.
Marty. Not even Martin. Marty.
Not even Martin.
Marty's calling. I'll be back.
So that was natural, but for them to just not really care what Sasha was saying was weird.
No, I agree.
And then just because we're at Kelly's, I know they weren't at the same time, but just because we're at Kelly's, the whole thing with Esme and the phone, I still don't understand the point.
Okay, is her tech... Okay, hold it. Megan's right there.
Uh-huh.
Megan, can we talk to Megan on the podcast?
You sure can.
Hey, so if someone has... Oh, maybe she's going to do that drop thing, because I don't know what dropping is, because I'm an Android. But
okay.
So this girl has a video on her on one phone, but then she just swapped them out with the other phone, right?
Right.
But then she's waiting for, quote, showtime because she wants to show an inappropriate video on the other phone.
Mm-hmm.
Why? And how is this happening?
I have no idea.
Okay. I was hoping... Was that an okay description? Because is that what she did? Like,
I mean, that is what she did, but I don't know that gives Megan any help, because I didn't feel like they were both phones. I didn't feel like they were both iPhones that they were going to airdrop to the other one. And when she switched the cover, because, like the plastic case, she switched the plastic case. I thought that she switched it to the same color that Trina had and was going to leave it on the table and be like, oh, Trina left her phone behind, and then have the video like as her screensaver easily tapped into or something.
But she just straight switched out the phones. And is she like hoping that Trina will just find the video?
I don't know.
I feel like she's controlling it. Like, I was under the impression she was going to control when this video...
Right. When they were getting those texts, I thought it was going to be like a massive text to all of their high school classmates or college classmates. But that didn't seem to be what was happening at all. And so then I thought that once Trina left, that Esme was going to say, oh, look, Trina left her phone. And that when Joss tapped it, it would turn on to the video. So she could blame Trina for taking the video instead of Esme. But she didn't do that. And it was obvious that Trina had her phone in her hand as she was leaving. And then Esme walked out with the phone with that like evil ha 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 grin. So I don't know what she's doing with it.
I don't know. And our resident teenager couldn't tell us either.
Right. She was like, I don't know why you do that. You would just text it to everyone.
Why couldn't she be more diabolical?
Oh, I don't know. Give her a couple years to grow into it.
I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know. But I really was very proud of Trina for standing up for herself. She's not an idiot. I mean, okay, first of all, I love Joss, though, because Joss is protecting her friend.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been times where I wish I had a friend like Joss.
Right. But Trina had no problem standing up to Joss and saying, look, you feel your way. I feel mine. Don't try to talk for me.
Especially when Trina had just shared. It's one thing if Trina was seeming like, crap, I don't know what to say. And for Joss to take pull the reins. Trina basically just forgave Esme and Joss told her, no, you don't.
Right.
And she's like, no, you want me not to so that it benefits you.
Mm-hmm. Right. And quit telling my story to make it into something that it's not with the whole book. You're just trying to be a jerk. And if I want to make it something, I'll do it. Thanks. I don't need your help.
I did. I really like all that. But then they were like, are we good? And Trina's like, yep, we're good. And they're good.
She went off to her study date.
I was wrong about the artist.
Oh.
His name was Richard Molyneux. And that's not who I talked about. And I couldn't find the, quote, guy with all the squiggles as they described him. So,
right.
But I did like, you know what? I kind of liked Esme this week. She seemed to really take to heart what Laura was saying. Like, I actually really do think she was trying to.
You give her credit that I don't.
Darn it.
I think she's just trying to play along until Spencer gets out.
Well, like how Laura said, she encourages her to build up her life without Spencer.
Right.
No.
But I don't think Esme's doing that.
Yeah. But Laura also held her own against Esme. She wasn't falling for, okay, Laura's not me.
Right.
Or Charles would be in trouble if I was there.
Yeah. Laura and I are on the same page. I don't believe you, but at least try to make an effort. So, and she wasn't yelling at her about everything. Like even Esme said, oh, the bathroom. And she was like, I mean, yeah, the bathroom, but no, I'm not talking about petty stuff. I'm talking about your just lack of respect and your entitlement.
Yes, because when she was like, well, in France, they give 15 minutes for the host. And she's like, yeah, they also don't do X, Y, Z. So, it's like, you can't pick and choose.
Right. Yeah, I really liked that. We're not in France, though. It's like, yep.
I mean, you didn't just like cross the border.
Maybe she just drove in from France. What are you talking about?
You never know. No. I did like Spencer calling out Nikolas that he also belongs in jail.
Yes.
Because he was really trying to hold it in, though. He was trying not to go there. You could see like he was kind of suppressing it a little bit. And then finally he's like,
yeah. I like their dynamic. I feel like those are real conversations that you should have between the two of them because they have so much drama between them. But at the same time, at the end of the day, they're father and son. They need to work through it. So I like that they're pushing them to have these conversations.
They don't need to work through it. If there can't be a healthy reconciliation.
Right. If there can't be a healthy reconciliation, but I feel like there can be.
Yeah. Like Nikolas is trying. Spencer can give a little bit more.
Exactly. I think Spencer needs to grow up a little bit and then Nikolas needs to be a little more honest. And then they could have as healthy as a Cassadine can have relationship.
I wanted to arrange my notes today and I didn't.
I was going to say I have to swipe. It should still record, but I have to swipe you up to look at my notes because that's why I'm like off. Okay. I'm using my same phone. So you won't be able to see me, but you can hear me.
All right. So, let's go on something that we loved. Ava talking to Leo.
Yes.
I loved it. Are you coming back?
I am coming back. I'm just reviewing my stuff.
So Leo asked her about the animal pictures and if she was getting more. And I love that. I loved all of it. I loved how Olivia was honest about Ned's going to adopt him. And Ava was like, I think Julian would actually be okay with that. Like Ned has been there in every way that he needs to. And, Ava's like, I just want to get to know him still.
Right.
And so we've talked about it before. Mara West is also an autism mom. And I think we saw Mara this week and not Ava during that scene.
Yeah. Exactly. No, that was great.
That was Mara.
Yeah, the interaction was good. And again, it felt real life because she's like, well, you can get to know him now. Like, it's not like you lost your chance. And just the way that they spoke to each other, it was grown-ups being grown-ups for the sake of the kid, which was nice.
Yep. And he's already in an after-school program in under 3 months of being diagnosed. Took us years before that could happen. And I know for a fact that is still the case.
Did you notice the Rubik's Cube on the table?
Yep.
Was one of the ones he had whenever we talked to him. And I was like, I know that.
2x3.
You've learned so much.
I also read it on Instagram. I'm pretty sure it was his 1x2x3.
Oh, okay. I believe that is what it is, but I'm impressed with your Rubik's Cube knowledge now.
Was it 100 or 1200 by 1200? Isn't that the biggest one?
Is that the biggest one? I don't remember. Know. I just know they talked about how expensive it was. And I was like, yeah, that's insane. And I sent you
maybe it was $1,500.
Was it?
I don't know. Something like that.
I sent you a picture of the one at Sam's Club the other day that you can hook up to your app. I don't know why you need to have an app for a Rubik's Cube, but if you need it, it's at Sam's Club.
Yeah. That's just... Hey, Sam's Club, can we have free memberships?
Right, exactly. We have a free membership because we plugged you for your Rubik's Cube.
But anyway... I do think that it's great that, he's at least in the after school program and they're talking about that he's doing these things.
Right.
Again, I wish that they just showed the struggle of actually getting these services in place, especially with how accurate they're being with this storyline.
But maybe they're afraid that would be too accurate and that people would lose interest, which they shouldn't. But if we don't, we're not going to show the struggle every single day. So 3 years from now, for them to be like, oh, we finally got him into that program, the rest of the stories will progress and we'll be like, wait, what?
If they had here's the thing, if they had just even said, at this point, yeah, we're meeting with the service coordinator to make a plan.
Right.
And X, Y, Z,
But maybe it is different if you have money.
I feel like an after school program, though, all of them, they're insurance driven. They bill insurance.
But maybe it's after school, like, you know how you can send your kids to one of the local daycares for after school care, and it's provided by the daycare, not the school. Maybe this is an
Port
after
Charles
school.
has a specific
Port Charles has a specific autism
after school program that you can do private pay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
And that's what the Quartermains did. That's what I'm going with. That's the only way that.
Well, then they need to explain that, because that's also.
I just explained it to you. I just did it for them.
Then they need to be saying it.
Okay. I'll just shoot them an email and get them to come up to speed with me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But yeah, I mean, but I'm glad that they're still talking about it. So yay.
Yes. It broke my heart, switching topics, broke my heart whenever Sean asked Alexis for a reason to stay and she didn't give it to him.
That was kind of hot for a minute. It was hot. She needed to like grab him and kiss him and be like, I can give you a reason. Let me clear off my desk. And instead she was like, and Sam walked in. So Sean Blakemore's gone. Yeah. Was that the exit? Because he took to Twitter that evening and confirmed that he decided to leave the show because of other opportunities. Right. It was his choice. Yes. But I don't know. Was that it? Like, is that really it? They don't want that to be it. They didn't do anything with him. But maybe that's why. Maybe they wanted to leave it open-ended in case he wants to come back. So tomorrow he'll be on a plane to California, and then in 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever, if he wants to come back, he can come back. But I really wanted her to like at least kiss him goodbye or something, some kind of. No, because she doesn't need that right now. She doesn't need the if it was going to happen and he was staying, heck yeah, let's respark that fire, because she can't even have a kiss goodbye. No, I want that man to kiss me goodbye. But then she's come so far. Like, she even mentioned Neil. Like, yeah, you know, I mean, she doesn't deserve that heartbreak and that not being able to go further, especially where her and Sean together were awesome. Yes. You know, so I don't know. Yes. I mean, would that have been a difficult no for me? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. But I'm proud of her. She protected her heart, and she doesn't do that. She doesn't do that. I just wanted a kiss goodbye at least. Okay. Well, I don't know. I got the Chase and Brook Lynn kiss though. She like dropped her popcorn on the ground. That was so funny. Like, you dropped something. You might want to pick that up. It was so good. It was good. It was worth the wait. It was. I agree. That was awesome. And I like later on whenever Ned was talking to him and said, you know, you don't have a reason to be here. So what's your next plan? He did not look like he was moving out anytime soon. No. Mm-mm-mm. It's tough to not go further without getting, all right, because you have to start somewhere, but then you have to keep going down. That's keep going? Well, no. But like once we start on a certain topic, here. Okay, cool. We'll do Sonny and Carly's negotiation divorce deal. Yes. So that'll keep us, you know, we always save the big stuff for the end. So I know. All right. The books behind Carly. Oh, geez. As long as they have books, I will still read. Okay. Wow. That was quite the proclamation there. Go ahead. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt for you. I want it on a t-shirt. I legit was just thinking, read my shirt right now. It says running comps is my cardio. I love it. One of my sellers bought it for me. That's cute. Oh no, they were a seller buyer, but still one of my clients bought it for me. Like they bought and sold. Yeah. All right. So books behind Carly, this Made in America book is in every single house. We're going to have to get a copy. Well, it's about a UFC fighter. Hold on. Shouldn't you have it in your house then? Your husband's into wrestling. He's not. That's not wrestling. It's boxing. It's ultimate fighting. Oh, okay. I didn't realize there's a difference between all those, but okay. It's by Matt Hughes. He's the most dominant champion in UFC history. Ultimate Fighting is mixed martial arts competition between professional fighters, which includes jiu-jitsu, judo, boxing, kickboxing, and wrestling techniques. So I was right with my boxing. a boxer does not automatically qualify for being like, they have to be able to do all that stuff. But I mean, in the past we've had, Stephen A. Smith is a sports announcer.
Mm-hmm.
We've had professional wrestlers on the show. Maybe this is like a sneaky little way that for some reason Matt Hughes is coming to Port Charles.
Oh, there you go. He's going to do a book signing. Everyone's going to line up with their coffee.
Oh my gosh, I love your book. That was released in 2008.
That's the book that Spencer should have gave Trina. And
oh my God, that would have been great. That would have been great. But then I thought hers were interesting. So young Jackie, who's like, when you hear the title Young Jackie and you would see it behind Carly's head, who would you think?
Jackie Kennedy?
That's who I first thought. So there's one about her, but then there's also one about Jackie Robinson. So right next to one about Ultimate Fighting Champion, I'm like, sure, why wouldn't there be a baseball one? But it was a white book with gold lettering. So my thought is it's Jackie O. And then a book called He Texted, The Ultimate Guide to Decoding Guys.
Wow. I think I need that book.
And then a book called Love All by Callie Wright. That is an addictive and moving debut about love, fidelity, sports, and growing up when you least expect it. So there's like a sports theme going on here.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's a book called Flip the Script, which is getting people to think your idea is their idea.
That's what she was using when she was talking to Ava.
I seriously feel like hers is the most accurate bookshelf until this one. Hormone Harmony. Oh, you know what? This would actually make sense. Hold on. How to balance insulin, cortisol, thyroid, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone to live your best life.
Okay.
I mean, she's probably getting menopausal, right?
Right.
Okay. So she has the most accurate bookshelf. And then there were books behind Sonny. I could only read the title of one, and it was The Remedy.
Okay.
And that is, can one girl take on so many identities without losing her own?
Ooh.
So yeah. So those were all the books. And there were books in Stone's penthouse, but I didn't want to pause.
Okay. Okay. But I was so annoyed with Sonny for calling her. Why is she in his penthouse again? You can't answer that.
No.
And even she knew it. Is she saying to him, you need to take your meds. This is not healthy. Here, listen to this message that you left for me. But yet she's still sitting there all night long with him and conveniently hanging out for half the morning so that all kind of people see that she's there or suspect that she's there.
See, and that's where I start to question her motives, because that's what I was thinking too. Like, I was actually really happy that she brought up, okay, yes, now you're taking your medicine, but you hadn't been.
Right.
So
it takes time to get in your system.
Like, you're not managing your mental illness. You know, taking one pill is not managing mental illness.
Right.
And the amount that he's drinking and drinking when he's not taking his medication. And, you know, I was partly happy with her until the end.
Right.
They're not giving her any redeeming.
No.
She could have a redeeming part when she brought him back, and she could have left when, you know, she could have slept on the couch.
Right.
You know?
No, in my mind, he was drunk. He should not have driven, but he was not drunk enough that you had serious concern that he was going to hurt himself or be hurt being home alone.
Well, and not for nothing, like, he called and was like, you like Mike better, you know, all this. I found that very manipulative. Like, he was playing to her. And
right. He flat out said love. He was like, you love Mike.
Right. Like, I didn't think that was fair for him to do that to her.
Mm-mm. And the question still is, where are all his bodyguards and his drivers and all of that
when he's doing this?
Right. The bartender's like, let me call you a ride. No, Sonny should have a car parked outside at all times, because that's the impression we've been given all these years.
Right. Right.
And then he should have a bodyguard at his door that says to Nina, I'll take it from here, and get Sonny inside and sends her on her way.
Well, and you would think that all of them have been trained in how to handle his episodes when applicable.
Right. Exactly.
You know? So I don't know.
Hate when they forget things that we all know and that it should be, because that's the way it's been for years.
But could you believe that he actually said no to Carly?
For the house?
Yeah.
And then for Donna?
No.
Yeah, I thought that they were going to end up dragging it out because of Donna. Because she said there was no sticking points. And then they got to Donna and he was like, no, I'll just keep her in our house. And I thought that that was going to be his way of postponing it. So I had to go to court and all that.
Right.
But in the end, they agreed. So that was good. And I like that she hit Ava on her own, even though, like we said, Ava said she was summoned there. I like that it was a conversation between the two of them so that it couldn't be, well, Sonny said, or whatever misinterpretation could have come from that.
Right. But I like that Ava got her little digs in.
Mm-hmm. But I liked Carly at the end. She was like, you're going to go with the flavor of the month over me? Come on.
I have outlasted every one of his affairs. First of all, if you can say that line.
I was able to say that line at one point.
And are we still married to him?
No.
Okay. Then there you go.
Carly's catching on too.
But yeah. But I was happy that eventually at the end. Well, I was happy at the end. Ava was like, Avery loves you. You're still going to be in her life. Like,
right.
I'm not going to hurt my daughter. So.
Yes. And that's what we've been waiting for. Cause I've been complaining about that for weeks now, that she was being manipulative and no mother would purposely hurt their daughter like that. And in the end, that's exactly what she said is, I can't take Avery away from you because Avery would be sad.
Right.
Oh, Finn finally remembered he was married.
Yes. Finn remembered he's a widower.
Yes.
And they did it exactly how we've been saying. He doesn't have to say, this is how you should. It's, I understand because.
Right.
You know, and Franco was murdered, but, and not by, I hate but, because that always feels like it disqualifies what you say before it. He feels like he killed his wife. Yes. Because he couldn't save her. Mm-hmm. So I think that he really understands the tragic loss. You know, it wasn't that any loss of a spouse, you know.
Devastating.
Yeah. You know, she could have been in a car accident or in a plane crash or something, you know, and it would have been just as devastating. But I feel like he can understand on that level that.
Right. It was a circumstance totally beyond your control and totally unexpected.
Yeah. And she told him about the dress.
Mm-hmm.
But then she called Betsy.
Yeah. I don't know why we're having Betsy come over.
And it sounds like they talk.
Mm-hmm. Which I wouldn't think they would.
No, neither did I. I was kind of surprised because what'd she say? It's been a little while or it's been.
Right.
But the way that she said it, it sounded like it wasn't out of the blue. Like they at least do keep some kind of.
Yes.
Contact together.
I don't know. I'm interested to see where that's going to go because I was not expecting Betsy to show up or for her to reach out to Betsy like that.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, back to Sonny. He said Stone is his best friend, not was.
Yes.
So being that we're saying this, can we get a ghost Stone visit here, please?
Oh, that would be so good.
Sonny, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
We got one just a few years ago. We just need a ghost Stone. And no, I don't know all those stone statues all throughout the penthouse. I did try to find some, but I kind of ran out of time. So.
Okay. I think all that's left is the Peter stuff and then everything that came after that.
Hold on. Oh, Marshall said something about crossing Sonny and living to tell.
Oh, yeah.
Quite ominous.
Right. He still bores me so much that I don't pay attention.
Okay. We can start at the beginning.
It was a long, long time ago. Once upon a time.
On Monday, when Maxie considered her options, she told Peter that she planned to escape, told him about Nathan, and why didn't she just grab the gun when she need him?
I have no idea.
I mean, I loved when she was like, why am I always in the woods?
That was so funny. She's very correct. Why do I always end up here?
Oh! Why was Annie Donnelly not the one helping them at the WSB? She just got appointed.
I don't know. That would have been great. Even if they didn't show her. Sorry for this. Show a phone call. No, I like your determination.
No, that woman, whoever's been helping them.
Yes.
I don't think she has a name. Should be Annie Donnelly.
I agree.
100%. Caitlin Riley is very active on TikTok. We can use her as, yes.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I'm sorry that they didn't go with your choice.
But on Monday, I had the thought, what if we find Holly in all of this?
That would have been fun.
Well, we still can.
No, not yet.
Not yet, but if all the stuff is coming along with the Ice Princess, what if she's in all of that? Which, oh, by the way, we are doing this week the 1981 Ice Princess OG storyline for the 411.
Yes.
Little nervous about it, not gonna lie.
It's gonna go great.
I know, but like I'm enjoying watching it, and I don't know.
We just have to stick to it and not get onto all the other storylines that you want to look at whenever you hear people talking. So,
yes.
Ice Princess, and that's it.
Yes. On this Thursday's Port Charles 411.
Why is it so hot? We can answer that question.
Do you know a diamond can change the world's weather?
I want a diamond that big.
What would you do with it?
I just stare at it every day, talk to it. Good morning. Hi, precious. How are you today?
That's Lord of the Rings. And look how that turned out. Okay.
I can't talk to you about Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry.
Why?
Because I don't know anything about Lord of the Rings.
Oh, we forgot real quick. Harmony's telling Willow that she's getting a birth certificate. Okay, that was over.
Oh, yeah. She bought that from the shady guy, and Curtis saw, or not Curtis. Yeah. Sean.
Yep.
Okay. Sean saw her passing the money
so he can't
around.
be done. Okay,
he can't leave yet.
So sorry, we just spoilered that Sean Blakemore is out. However, we also don't know if he might be recast.
Oh, that's true. That could be.
Even though Sean Butler is going. Okay. Oh, well. Sorry if we just did a spoiler. It felt like Thursday, Friday could have been
the end.
Right. End. So
I agree.
All right. Wow, this was a long week. Felicia got to Maxie.
Yes. I'm so glad she didn't listen and she had it all figured out and she just happened to be driving by the woods at the exact right moment.
Listen, but we watched her piece everything together as to why she wound up where she was.
When Peter hit into her, all I kept thinking was, I hope she bought the extra insurance on that car.
I don't know if they have those rules over.
I don't know. I didn't look that up, but
why are you not looking up foreign countries' automobile rental policies?
I am sorry.
I looked up the conversion rate for the pricing.
Yes. But I did not.
You didn't click through the options?
Maybe next week I'll do that. I'm sorry.
It's irrelevant next week. We need to know now.
Maybe we have listeners there and they can let us know.
Okay. Hi.
Hello. Can you please let us know what the options in Switzerland are when renting a vehicle? Thank you.
But we find out back in Port Charles, Robert finds out that Johann is from Austria and that he could have been responsible for Luke's, quote, supposed accident that Laura mentions is supposed.
I loved how Laura was like, oh yeah, I kind of already thought about that. And he was like, why? Did you not say something? And she's like, I don't know. I just wasn't sure.
Well, and has no one else had the thought that this...
Right.
Just,
it's a little convenient.
Wait a second. Luke died and now Victor's back? Gee. I'm surprised she didn't say supposed death.
Right. She should have used some air quotes.
We need to redline her quotiness.
There you go.
Like, you need to move your air quotes over here around this supposed. Move your supposed over to this word.
So I want to know why we had Dante and Drew there, because they didn't really do anything except for shoot.
Oh, and Dante was so skeptical about everything. Like, he was kind of being a negative Nelly.
He was. And I didn't understand it. Anna had it all under control. And then Felicia showed up and saved the day.
What are your thoughts?
I'm just glad that they're using the characters like that. Like, Felicia could hold her own back in the day. Like she said to Bailey Louise, that their family is full of adventure and all of that. So I was glad to see her not backing down. Like when she said she swung that tire iron harder than she's ever swung anything, I was like, yes, you go. Protect your daughter.
It's just a shame they didn't have those stairs when Sam and Carly were both trapped at the bottom of that pregnant.
I was like, oh, look, this one has stairs. That's convenient.
But did you see Peter dying? Like, I did not think that's how he was going to die.
I didn't think that was how he was going to die. And I was annoyed because they didn't keep his body in the same position. When he started dying,
he was alive, so he can move.
No, because he said he couldn't feel his legs.
Okay.
So when he was laying there, at first, he had his right leg straight and his left leg was like bent in, like at the knee, like crooked. Mm-hmm. And then further on, he was laying there with both legs straight. And if he couldn't feel his legs, I assume that meant that he had some type of spinal cord injury, which means he would not have been able to move his legs. So they needed to reposition him correctly.
And nobody touched him.
Right.
Not that I don't have a photogenic memory, so it's not like I can, God, could you imagine if I did?
I don't know that we can be friends then. I'm sorry.
I mean, I have a good enough memory as it is.
No. But yes, he was laying wrong, but I was glad that Anna finally checked him for a pulse. And I'm going to assume that she knows how to do it right, unlike Elizabeth and Finn, and that he actually did not have one.
Hold it.
Right.
Okay.
I still thought it was weird that she left the body, though. I didn't like that.
I didn't either, because that...
Again, maybe just keeping it open-ended, but I don't want it to be open-ended.
Yeah. Did you tear up, though?
I teared up when Brook Lynn gave Louise back to Maxie, and Maxie walked out the door, and she had that breakdown moment.
I teared up when Peter reached for Anna's hand.
Wow.
Oh, I am not alone, though.
Wow, you really believe in those redeeming qualities there.
I just, and I haven't been able to think of how to phrase the question I want to ask, because I feel like the way I'm going to phrase it, I'm going to be attacked.
Okay.
But so I took a picture and we posted it on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And it's he has his eyes shut and Anna has her hands on top of his. And I just said, no caption seems good enough for this scene. Love him or hate him. Peter is certainly a character that made his impact on the show. His reign of terror over Maxie is over and she can be reunited with Louise. And so many people commented about what great acting it was, that was, Finola was amazing. Like, yes. The two of them together were so good.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be hard to find another pair like that. That was good.
But so many people were like, I was not expecting to cry when he left. Like, when he died, everyone was pretty much like prepared to cheer. But so many people were kind of surprised by the fact that they were like, yeah, I teared up.
Wow.
Like, mine came from nowhere. I'm sitting here and I'm just like, oh.
You guys are very sensitive. I'm sorry. I'm not.
Sorry you're so cold-hearted.
I am. Cold-hearted.
Cold-hearted sneak.
Thanks.
That's Paula Abdul, not you.
I like your karaoke time all the time.
But yeah, that's not how I was expecting it to go down. But I love that Felicia was the one who really did it. Mm-hmm. And Anna allowed it to happen. I loved that they showed Anna's anguish back in Port Charles when everyone's like, we should throw you a parade. And Robert stared straight through to her. And they had an entire conversation just with
their eyes, but I thought he understood. And then he walks up to her and is like, oh yeah, I had you nominated for Key to the City. And she's like, what are you talking about?
I thought that he understood that she kind of, turned the blind eye also,
She just forgot to call the ambulance. It's okay. Sometimes that happens.
I love that she told him he's so weird.
I know. That felt very natural between them too.
It did. Like,
I love their relationship.
I don't want them to go back into a romantic one. I love how they are right now. Like, now is
absolutely not. But I love their silly friendship.
Yeah.
That only they can have after
and I loved him telling her, like, you deserve to give that portion of your heart to someone, just not Valentine. And then that's when she was like, you're so weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they've come a long way. So
I like whenever he told Mac, stop acting like a grandpa. And Mac was like, I am a grandpa. And so are you.
They are so cute, the two of them
Yes.
playing with Bailey.
I know. But that baby's so cute. How could you not be adorable playing with her?
Well, those grandpas are hot.
Stop it. That is like the same pretense as our dads are hot when they take care of their babies. No,
I meant like Mac and Robert are hot.
I thought you meant them and their grandparenting style was hot.
No, I just meant
them in general. Yeah. I don't know many grandpas that look like either of them.
No, but you're right. But I mean, we just gushed over the same thing with Felicia.
Yeah.
And she's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about how absolutely stunning. Oh my God. And watching the Ice Princess stuff right now. Jeannie Francis. Holy cow. Like,
yeah.
How does she not have a product line?
Right.
Because she's aged natural. If she has had work done, that doctor needs to use her as like a prime example of
his work.
Here's how you get work done, but still age appropriately. Right. I don't think she has. In my opinion, I don't think she has.
I don't think she has either. But yeah, if she has, it's so subtle that it still looks natural.
But I think she's absolutely gorgeous. So
yes,
there. We'll flaunt on them for a little bit too.
Okay. So then
Mac and Felicia kissing though, and Stella being like, you never know what's going to happen with these two. And we literally just talked about that on the Chet 411 last week.
Right. Manlanders can influence some things. Okay.
Yep. And Sam told Liz and Peter, Finn and Liz, that Peter is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And Dante told Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael and Willow.
Mm-hmm. And Monica.
And Monica. Yes. Sorry. And Monica. But not a word about Bailey. He knows, right? He knows. Does Dante know?
I don't know if Dante knows.
Drew and Dante, I don't know if they know.
I don't know if they know either.
So that's going to be fun.
Yeah. Because neither of them were in Mac's room.
And Dante was not still there when they discussed it at Jax's.
Right.
He had left, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they may not know.
Okay. All right. So I will take back my why didn't he tell them about Bailey?
Right. You can't tell someone you don't know something or what you don't know.
Is that it?
The Bailey stuff. It was cute that Maxie said she was going to keep her name as Bailey. I liked that. And that she officially called Brook Lynn Mama Brook Lynn or whatever she said.
I don't know if I like that as much as she should just call her Auntie Brook Lynn. Like, I feel like that's honorary enough. Like, if your friends' kids call you aunt or aunt or whatever you want to say, like, don't you think that's just going to be more confusing?
I don't know. See, I think they should put them all in a house together. Like, Maxie's outgrowing that apartment by now with all her kids. So she should just move into Jax's with Brook Lynn. And then they can both be there to take care of Louise. And so then, yeah, one is Mommy Maxie and the other one is Mama Brook Lynn.
If Brook Lynn does not, I guess for me, for Brook Lynn to be called Mama means that she'd be having ongoing maternal.
I feel like that's where they're going to get. No, I think that's where they're going to end up because Maxie said she felt bad taking Louise away from Brook Lynn for Louise's own sake because that was the only mom that she knew and whatever. So I feel like they're going to come up maybe with not an official custody agreement, but some type of essentially custody agreement.
Okay. So if it takes whatever turn you're developing, then yes. But if it goes to Maxie is taking care of her child and sees Brook Lynn, I think having her have the title of Mama is
too much. Yes. Okay. We'll see where we end up.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to discredit everything that Brook Lynn just did. I just feel like that would be harder on her.
Right.
If she's not having a maternal
relationship.
Yeah. But I like that. So she said that she's going to keep her as Bailey Louise, but I heard her. I don't know if I heard her or if I just made it up in my head that I heard her say Bailey Lou. Bailey Lou.
She said, so when she was talking to Brook Lynn on the couch, she said her name's going to be Bailey Louise. But then whenever she was leaving, she was like, okay, Bailey Lou, let's get going, blah, blah, blah. So,
I like that. I think that's cute because that's Lulu's name is Leslie Lou.
Right.
Leslie Louise. So that's where the Lou and Lulu comes from.
Yes.
Oh, Cookie's coming over.
I was going to say, who's joining you? What are your thoughts this week, Cookie?
Cookie, what do you think? Bailey Lou or Bailey Louise? she's really intently looking at me. You hear
you
Amanda, but she's not here, huh?
I was going to say, are you having one of those conversations like we just said between Anna and Robert where she is talking to you with just her eyes?
Cookie and I have some deep conversations.
She's a good therapy cat.
It's a great therapy cat. Okay, I think the only other thing was that Drew went to go see Carly and now she's divorced.
Mm-hmm. See where that goes. Mm-hmm. I really don't hope that they put them together.
I don't either.
But we'll see.
Yes. Oh, and the deputy mayor is back.
Oh, yeah. I don't like her. And she didn't even do a very good job because her reporting didn't get the WSB agent out of the way. And that's how they knew he was working for somebody.
Right. Okay. I think that is it. There was a lot that happened this week, though.
There was.
So what's your
reality check? So this weekend is dance weekend, and that is why I'm not with you. So we booked a hotel like last weekend where all the other moms were staying, and we're going to go so that the kids can have some time to swim and whatever. So we get there yesterday, and we get there later than some of the other moms because I had to wait for Ryan to get home, and Megan came with us and whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we get there, we get checked in, we get like settled in our room enough that like stuff's hung up, but we're not like in our PJs yet or whatever. And all of a sudden the fire alarm goes off and I'm like, okay, it's just a fire. I mean, that happens. It's really annoying, but whatever. What do we do? So Megan walks out into the hallway and she's like, oh no, the sprinkler down there is on. Like there is water coming from the sprinkler and they are coming up telling everyone that they have to evacuate temporarily, blah, blah, blah. So we get our coats on and stuff, leave everything in our room. Go down to the car. As we're going down to the car, hear everyone talking, and Megan, is a pretty good snoop. So it turns out that some stupid teenager decided to hit the sprinkler with his towel. And those things are like super, super sensitive. So it set off the sprinkler on that one, and then it creates a chain effect. So the entire downstairs floor, luckily we were on the second floor, but the entire downstairs floor is flooded with water, like water dripping out of the ceiling and off the light fixtures and whatever. So we didn't realize it was going to be that bad. We ran to Walmart and then came back and thinking they'd like be done and have cleared everything. They're just going to shut off the stuff and clean up this one sprinkler that went off. And so then we get back and sit in the car for about 45 minutes or so. And then they finally come out and say, nope, everybody has to leave. It's almost midnight. Everyone has to go find a different hotel because this is not occupiable or whatever. So we were moving hotels at almost midnight and Madeline had to be up and ready and at the convention center.
Right. So early.
7:00 this morning. So waking her up at 5:30 was painful and she went on and did awesome. And so that was whenever you asked me, how did she do? I'm like, I have no idea. They called her name or like her group's name and they got some awards, but I couldn't tell you what number she was. I was just very happy that she got there and did her routine because I personally was way too exhausted. I could have never done it.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of how, because we talked about that because I texted you last night, like, hey, in case I'm somehow not up. Yeah, I woke up at 6 anyway. I really could have, but still, I wanted to make sure to send well wishes. So
yes. No, I appreciate your well wishes, but that is. Yeah, absolutely not. The day did not go the way that we thought that it was going to go. So yeah, that was my little, and then my other like mini reality check within the reality check, because I make fun of you for being a dork all the time. And you were just talking about Superman and stuff. One of my friends from a long, long time ago reached out to me this week and was like, oh my gosh, I found your podcast. I can't believe you have one. You're a dork too now. And I was like, don't tell me that. I don't want to be a dork. I was like, no, Shannon's the dork. So if you are into dorky things like superheroes, you should check out his podcast, which is called Capes and Lunatics. And all of my comic book knowledge is from him from years and years ago. And so I listened to some of it and was like, oh, I remember like hearing about this. They're talking about this, but they kind of do like what we do is talk about the new weekly comics. And then we'll review like an older comic to kind of keep you all caught up. So
that is so cool. I love that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. But yeah, he's loved comics forever because I made fun of him back in the day because every Wednesday we would have to go pick up the new comics or else he'd have to get them before he came over or whatever. And so I talked to him on Wednesday and he was like, guess where I'm going? I was like, I know where you're going to get your comics again.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes, but he enjoyed our podcast, even though he knows nothing about GH. So,
well, I appreciate that. So we were interviewed for something this week, and the person interviewing us even said, and we've gotten this a lot, is that they know nothing about our show, but they listened and they like us, like how we talk and everything. Two of the podcasts that I was featured on that both, like I have friends that do.
Right.
Different podcasts, and like one was more business focused and one was more faith focused, but they both still listened to the show because they're like, we want to talk to you about your show also, you know, among like real estate and all that other stuff that I do.
Right.
But I guess even if you're not a fan of General Hospital, we're somewhat enjoyable to listen to.
Right.
So.
That makes me happy because he was like, I don't know if anything that you said was right because I don't know anything about the show, but at least the way you were talking about it was entertaining. And I was like, thanks. And he's been doing his way longer than we have. And he has a couple different ones all on the different comic book series. So, it was a nice compliment to be like, oh, you know what you're doing and you're telling me that we're good. Thanks.
Oh, well, thank you. What was his name again?
His name's Phil.
Hi, Phil. Thank you. If you made it this far, thanks.
Right, exactly. I don't know how to do a comic book crossover, but I'm sure some of those crazy love stories are part of it.
We could figure out, well, I feel like they probably do the same thing. I mean, my son and I get into Star Wars things. We could pretty much do the same thing with Star Wars with that's not how it was written and that's not canon versus what they actually show on the screen and, you know, stuff like that. I mean, it's the same thing as us going back and being like, they can't remember that Victor Cassadine is Greek and not English, you know, like stuff like that. So, mine was kind of just real quick. My daughter, I mentioned earlier last week that my daughter was going to be off for 2 days on Monday and Tuesday, and she got her braces off for the second time on Monday. She now has the permanent bracket thing like I do now too.
Oh,
the permanent retainer on the bottom. Because doesn't your sister have that?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, your sister and I have like the same mouth. Well, now my daughter is joining the ranks. And
okay. I'm not going to get you a t-shirt that says that.
No, but she also had the skin graft done the same way that I had to. And you've mentioned, like, I don't know anyone else who takes care of their teeth as much as you guys. And how do you have all these problems? So I don't know. But so she was off then. And now that she's 18 and the beginning of the year tends to be when a lot of like her evaluations and stuff like that are done.
Right.
We are now having to do them as an adult, which it's like everything that I've had in place and finally got into a quote good place has to be redone because now she's technically an adult, even though she's still a student, Yep. Which is just frustrating because you know how hard it was for us to get things taken care of. She was diagnosed in 2009 and finally got services in 12.
Right. It feels like you just get everything in place and then they're like, nope, they're grown up now. They can figure it all out themselves. Meanwhile, it took you how many years to figure it out because it's such a complicated system.
Yeah. And so we're just in the process of starting like new stuff. I mean, and she's doing an okay job, but it's funny because they argued with me about even scheduling the appointment. And so during the appointment, I let them like try to get answers. Right. And I'll be like, no, I'm going to prove this point because I want her to be as independent as possible and to take the reins and to be a self-advocate and take care of all that they can. But when they're looking to me to help explain, like, I don't get to chip in now just because you decided.
Right. Exactly.
Some of them could make it easier. So one of them was like, well, we could just have you sign a paper. I was like, that'd be great. Thank you. If that's okay with her, then that's okay with me. You know, but others are like, well, no, we need to. And I'm like, okay, have fun.
Right.
But part of what I just said probably sounds absolutely horrible. I promise I am not trying to limit my daughter. I promise.
No, it's just frustrating because as a parent, it's your job to lead them. And so this is something you have experience with. You're trying to lead her. And instead of letting you do that, they're like, oh, just have her figure it all out. I mean, no 18-year-old is ready to figure out everything about life on their own.
Do you know how cute she is though? So they were asking her demographic. And it was, what's your name? What's your age? Well, what's your race?
Okay.
And they had to explain it to her.
Aww.
Oh no, it gets better. And then also like the Latinx, not Latinx. Okay. What do you identify as? Okay. She goes, but I'm an autumn. I was like, what?
What?
She goes, my colors. I'm an autumn. I have Nutella eyes, like dark brown. She gave them her colors.
I love it. You know what? With all the different things, the different choices of how you want to be identified, if she is an autumn, I say go for it.
Because she learned that at film camp the one year. They did they were like part of designing makeup and sets and stuff, or costuming and everything is you have to think of things that make them look good.
I love it.
So they identified their colors and I'm like, all right, she's an autumn. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I love it.
So that was the week. She came to the
awesome.
office with me on Tuesday. That was fun. Learned about loans.
Nice.
Yeah. She was like, came for the nachos.
Right.
But yeah, so I think that's it. I see that you have people that you're shushing coming in. So
yes, they're done swimming. So they are here to interrupt.
Well, that was pretty good timing. So
yes.
All right. Well, join us on Thursday as we talk about the Ice Princess. Hopefully well.
We will do a great job. And everyone have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review. And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.